Hello, I am Mariano Gutierrez Alarcón and welcome to the 12th Man Academy, the show that asks the questions we believe the fans want to know about football. Joining me for this series is well-known and passionate manager Gus Poyet and our voice of the fans, long-suffering supporter Stephen Brown. Together, we will get inside the pitch and hope to answer your doubts about managing at the top end of the game, while we get the inside track of being a top-level football manager. In each episode, we get a better understanding of the thoughts, the decision-making, and the philosophies of a top-level coach, from picking a club captain to tactics and team identity as we connect the fans to the manager. In this series, we reference to past events as we use examples that were happening in the football world at the time we recorded this podcast. In this episode, we dive into football formation, systems, and styles.
The system is a starting position, bottom line. And I don't think the fans should discuss anymore, and I put it here in the podcast, bang, straight away, they shouldn't discuss anymore about systems. It doesn't matter how your starting position is, 4-4-2, 4-3-3, 5-3-2, 3-5-2, it doesn't matter. It's about how you play the game. That's not the system. Let's not mix. Because you play 3-5-2, you don't press high. And playing 4-3-3, you can. No, it's not true. You can press high with any system and you can defend deep with any system. Now, it's a starting position because you need to start in a position. You play a back four, but as soon as you get the ball, it's a back two because the two fullbacks, they go high. And nobody say, oh, now they are playing 2-2-3. No. And in reality, if you stop, pause, you look at the system, they play two at the back, okay? But the situation is, system is a way of, when the ball is in the middle of the park, how you set up, bottom line. The most important thing is the idea.
On football today, what's the main ideas that you see?
Let's talk simple. The possession one is the easiest one. It's a team that prefers to keep the ball as much as they can, so that way, not because they got more chances to score, it's because they got less attacks from the position. So if you have the ball, the opposition cannot attack you. So they try to defend as less as possible. Now, there is people use the possession to go and try to create chances, and it's other ones that play sideways just to have the ball and have a number at the end of the game. Oh, we had 69% against 31, which is, it doesn't help. They don't give you a point in the table because you have more than 50% of possession. It become really famous possession ball because of Guardiola and Barcelona, and everybody try to copy. Our attacking football is Bielsa, 100%. Bielsa going to the game thinking I'm going to attack, I'm going to score as many goals as possible, and I'm going to try to defend somehow, but I'm going to attack, and it doesn't matter. The score at the end will reflect how we play, how we attack, and how many chances we created. And if we didn't create too many chances, and the position did, we lost the game. Really a one-way football. Defensive, even if you don't believe it, the easiest, because you can coach how to defend in an easier way than how to attack, even if you don't believe me. Because to attack, you depend on the quality, the technical ability of the player, the understanding, the timing of the run, the weight of the pass. It's so many things, technical, individually, decision-making that they have to do the players. When in defense, you can tell them where you want them, how you want to defend, how high, how strong, how many, in which positions, which way to make them go, blah, blah, blah. The problem with the defending is that nobody wants to play that system anymore. Simple. People want the ball. Players want the ball. They've been taught from the age of 12 to when they get to the first time with the ball all the time. So we are not teaching enough defenders nowadays. Nobody wants to be the ugly one kicking Messi or kicking the good players. Everybody wants to pass the ball, which is a mistake because you need to defend as well. But the transition is the one that makes a team better or worse. And we don't talk enough about that in football. Because we talk about the red cards, about the VAR, we talk about the big players missing, the big players playing, the captains not being strong, the character, but we don't talk about football. And transition is, what do I do when I get the ball back? There is different ways.
And how fast?
Possession team. But a possession team, we try to keep the ball, even backwards. A counter-attack team, the idea is if I get the ball back, the first thing I do, I go forward. I kick it forward. And other teams that they have a mix, depending where you recover the ball, how quick you can play forward, how quick you can create, or depending where you press. Because if you press high, obviously you are not going to recover the ball near the other box and you're going to go backwards towards your goalkeeper. You're going to try to score. So the different thing. And the same when you lose the ball, how quick you react. People like to react, to press where the ball is straight away with the players close by. That's the teams that they play all together, especially. Or to drop as soon as possible behind the ball and make it difficult for the opposition. Force them to go in another way. But those kind of transitions, they really make a difference at the end of the game. That it's difficult to see it for the fans. Mostly they see when it's a pressing after losing the ball, but they don't see when it's a recovering positions or a forcing the other team to go backwards or whatever. But that's becoming important in football.
Which ones are the most efficient today in English football?
It's depending on the players. If you got a striker which is lazy and you lose the ball in attack, he will never press. So it doesn't matter how you want them to press. He's lazy and he's going to be lazy. Or if you go too many technical players that they don't want to defend and you make them press really high, normally what they do, they run to get the pass and then they don't have to go backwards. It's a way of getting away from the press. So you need to believe and have the players or buy them. When you buy them, you can do. I mean, at the moment, Spurs is dropping, no, Steven? They are not really pressing high. When they lose the ball, they try to recover positions, and at least 5-2, they are there, and the 3, they come in slowly. That's a way to be solid, to be difficult, to make it difficult for the position. Guardiola in Barcelona used to press really high. Now he tried to press, but they alternate as well because they cannot do it with all the players they go, different age, different ways. It's very interesting, the transitions and how the team needs to get it. Remember, a transition is a team thing. It's not one player. You don't know who is going to recover the ball and where he's going to recover. The important is that everybody reacts to what you want them to do. And the same the other way, depending when you lose the ball, how the team reacts, not one player.
So that's why it's key to identity, transition.
Well, it's becoming more and more. I think in my times, we didn't pay attention to that at all. There were no transitions in football. There were, but nobody paid attention. There were no teams that they will press you as soon as they lose the ball, and there were no teams that they will run backwards like crazy to regain position. It was like a natural football. We play more or less like we play football in a normal situation. Yeah, you try to go back, but depending on how the other team is attacking, nothing else. The same with the throwing, the same with the free kicks. Everything improved. That was so difficult to compare football now. Everything is going into little things, into little details. Every free kick, every corner, every defending situation, every recovery ball, every throwing, everything.
Where does that transition in the game come from? Where does it come from your day when you weren't doing it to now when you're coaching it? What's the evolution?
I think the first team that shows the pressing after losing the ball, it was Barcelona and Guardiola. Maybe somebody else done it before, maybe, but it was not that clear. Especially because they have so much time the ball that when they lose the ball, you will say, okay, the other one, they wanted now to pass it 5 times, And they didn't allow the other team to pass it 5 times. They were so quick reacting and pressing that it started making people think, okay, what can I do? And you need to know where is possible and where no. Can you keep possession in Uruguay and in my time pitches that the ball was never stop bouncing? It was impossible. So you need to be clever where to take risks, where you not to take risks. You need to adapt to different situations.
How difficult is for a manager to adapt to, from your generation, how difficult is to put all these new things into a way that you weren't brought up in?
You need to embrace it. You need to learn. You don't stop learning. I don't stop learning. I was watching today a game, and I was looking at a player, and I found out there was a very young player played the other day in a team here. And he made one action, and I went back, and I saw that he left Greece for Napoli, and he played in Napoli second team for 2 years. And you're thinking, wow, in the Primavera, that they call the second team, and then he came back and he's playing a small team here, and you're thinking, you can see some qualities, but the qualities, they are back by what he done 4 years ago. No any Greek player can go to Napoli second team and play over there every game. But then football take you quick or slow, and for him it's been slow. But I saw some qualities on him. It's the kind of player that you would like. So you learn things that maybe in the past we were not able to check. With the data we got today, with the ability to know how much they can run, how much they can sprint, how many times you're going to lose the ball in games now. There is numbers. If I lose the ball, I don't know, 80 times, but a player cannot sprint more than 40, I mean, half of the times he's not going to press. So there is plenty of things that you can analyze. You go into it. I don't go that much. I like stats. I use them, but I don't go that crazy. I like football like it is, and I want the players to make and take responsibility. Make decisions and take responsibility. Sorry.
Thank you for listening to our podcast on football formation, systems and styles at the 12 Man Academy. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe to the series, leave a winning review or a 5-star rating on the platform you're listening on. And do not forget to check our website at www.12asintheword-man-academy.com and let us know what would you like to know. If you would like to sponsor this podcast, please email us to sponsors@the12manacademy.com. See you next time at the 12 Man Academy.